Agatin chitab kalenjin eng uitugul ole imitei itagat eng tetuteng'ung nebo tililindo kainenyu ko Chesanka Rosirma ak kabarastaindet nekimitei tuwai eng oretab kabarunet ko Naomi Cherotich. Kotaune logoiwek chok county nebo Uasin Gishu ole kaitet neo nebo kwonyik eng emoni chetinye kaimutiet nebo fistula ko kaimong'e asikonyor kanyoiset nemakchingei asikotestai ak sobenywa nebo kotugul kosubkei ak katabanet nenyoru icheket kasarta nekang'ong kotinygei ak kaimutyonotok bo fistula. Kong'ololi ak ketesioni eng kanasetab Eldoret komwa director netononjin kibagengeit nenaat ko Let's End Fistula Initiative LEFI ko Sarah Omega kokamwa kole kokoit kasarta nenyolu kinet bororiet mising ko murenik kotinygei ak kaimutietab fistula ak oret noto nekibendi keboisie eng kanyoisetab kaimutyonoto kikotestai koek kaimutiet ak kanakut eng sobet nebo kotugul eng alak eng kwonyikab emoni. Kinyoru sirindenyo Timothy Kiplimo ak logoiwechuto eng koindo.
Sarah Omega ko director nebo kibagengeit nenaat ko Let's End Fistula Initiative anan LEFI en kanasetab Eldoret ole kamwa kole kaimutiet neo nebune kwonyik chetinye kaimutietab fistula ko kaiweisiet nebo kong'ong kaimutyonoto kosubkei ak katabanet ak kalilanet nemiten kaimutyonoto.
They don't seek treatment because this is not a comfortable topic to discuss. I'm imagining I'm a daughter in this home and I'm coming, I'm telling Daddy, you know what, I'm leaking urine. In some communities, they don't talk about it completely. And I would say that especially here in Kalenjin land, they don't talk about it. I also saw that in Kisii. Kisii, I remember there's a time we had a fistula camp and a woman had been admitted awaiting to undergo surgery. Alafu ananiambia, would you kindly call my husband and don't tell him why I'm here. And I'm like, this is, and so they don't talk about it.
Again kit nekikoyai koywei alak en kwonyik komongei ko kabwatet kole imuch kotinyegei kaimutyonoto ak banitwogik anan ko atepto nemanyolu. Kini kamwa Omega kole nyolu keleta naet nenen koityi biik tugul kotinygei ak kaimutietab fistula.
There misperceptions in the communities about the causes of fistula because if you've been told it's a curse, how do you seek treatment? Ukiambiwa kwamba wewe ni kiboko unapata, ulikanyaga nje ya ndoa, you cheated on your husband, now you're being punished, how do you seek treatment? If you are told that hii ni saini ya virusi ya ukimwi, unaendaje hospitali? Si unapambana na hali yako. So I think those are the very reasons why women don't come out, and that's why our program, our patient navigation program, we say, our motto is that they don't come to us, we go to them.
Robinik kora chechang chemokotin kasarta nebo kanyoisetab kaimutiet nebo fistula ko kit nekamwa Omega kole kikoyai alak en murenik komweiso ak kometo kwonyichoto kobun kaimutik en katabanet.
As much as there's that progress, but it remains very expensive. It's an expensive one because it is a very complicated procedure, and again, as I shared, some women they would actually require multiple surgeries. Some you would actually do even up to more than 10 just before they actually get healed. Some they will never heal.
Moche kibagengeit en inguni keker kele kakinet ak kikoch kakuyet murenik en bororiet en oret nebendi kotoreti en chengetab walutik en kaimutyonoto bo fistula en kwonyik.
And therefore men remain at the center of what we are doing. They have a role. They have an important role. They need to lead their families with this understanding. And I realized ideally men, they are not just supportive because they don't know what they're supposed to do. But the moment men learn their role, they actually take up the matter and run with it.
If you have a wife or of course you have a wife and your wife is bearing children, then it's important to ensure that she goes through the whole process of clinics, before she gives birth. And when she's giving birth, ensure she gives birth at the hands of a trained medical personnel, so that in case of any emergencies, they can be handled.
Kong'eten nganaset nebo Eldoret en county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kanenyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Ketesetai ko kakomongei neki president nato nekikwa kamung'et Uhuru Kenyatta komwa kole makat eng serikalitab president William Ruto kocheng walutiet kotinygei ak alyetab sobet netesetai kolonyei kosubkei ak alyetab mwanik nekokolany mising eng emet. Kamwa Uhuru kole makat eng kandoikab serikali kotonon polatet nematile kiy akoboisiechi biikab emet ole kanerekyi kandoik chekokotestai kowir inendet kotinygei ak tuguk chekiyai ak chemaimuch koyai eng kasarta nekimitei paunatet. Kang'ololi eng tuyetab delegates chebo chamaitab Jubilee kobun county nebo Kiambu ole kamwa Uhuru kole makat koit let atebet nekirirtoegei kotinygei ak kaimutik chemitei emet ole nyolu kotuyogei kandoik akocheng walutiet nebo kaimutichoto kibaorionjin.
Tumeanza kuona wengine wakianza siasa ya mgawanyiko, na wana haya wakiongea haya, wanaongea haya mbele ya wakubwa wa nchi, na wanasimama na wanaongea mambo ya kuchochea, mambo ya kulete vita, mambo ya kugonganisha Wakenya. Na hakuna mtu ambaye anasimama hapo kusema msiongee vile mnaongea. Wanaruhusiwa tu waongee yale ambao wanasema. Sisi kama taifa, na ni vizuri tuambiane ukweli, kwa sababu tusipoongea ukweli tutarudia makosa ambaye tumefanya nchi hii. Hii sio mara yetu ya kwanza kuona viongozi wakiongea mambo machafu ya kulete vurugu. Na ya mwisho tuliyaona mwaka wa 2007. Tusifikiria kwamba hiyo mambo ilianza hapo hapo. Ilianza kwa maneno kama haya ambao watu wanaongea. Na waomba viongozi wa serikali, naomba viongozi wa usalama wa nchi hii yetu ya Kenya, kama kwa ukweli mnapenda nchi yetu, msiruhusu mambo haya yaendelee. Mukitaka wema na amani ya nchi, viongozi wauze sera. Uza sera. Na mimi nawauliza, hata nyinyi kama wana Jubilee, unashindwa? Haihitaji mtu awe ni mwerefu sana kujua shida iko wapi. Kusema ya kwamba ati watu wakiwa na hii na hii na hii, kwa nini hawakufanya? Hapana. Kila wakati na wakati yake. Sisi tumeenda, nyinyi ndio mpo. Sisi tulijaribu kwa vile tuliweza. Nyinyi pia deal with the issue. Na issue ni simple. Wenzangu, issue ni simple. Watu wanapiga kelele kwa sababu wanasema, jameni, mimi ni mtu ambaye mshahara wangu kwa mwezi ni shilingi 20,000. Hiyo 20,800 inaenda kwa petroli peke yake, kwa matatu kuenda na kurudi nyumbani. 12,000 inaenda kwa nyumba ambaye nimekodesha. Nimebaki na 2,000 ya kulisha watoto wangu na kuwapeleka shule. Hiyo ndio shida. Ongelesha shida, hapana ongea mambo ya kabila na ya nini. Ama ni namna gani wenzangu? Na kama unataka tusaidiane kutatua hiyo shida, semeni, tutatue hiyo. Lakini kwenda kuweka shida ati uweke ati ni kwa sababu ya huyu, ni kwa sababu ya huyu. Na jameni, hakuna mtu ambaye haoni shida iko wapi. Si tuiweke kwa meza tuitatue. Kama kweli sisi ni Wakenya na tunapenda nchi yetu, kwenda kutugawanya huko, shida ni kwa sababu ya yule. How does that help move this country forward?
Ketesetai kokakokoito kurset minista nenamu rabisiek John Mbadi eng kandoikab bolotet mat kotestai koleta logoiwek chebo lembech kotinygei ak ng'atutiet nebo Finance Bill 2026. Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek eng ofisinyi komwa Mbadi kole kokotestai koletagei logoiwek chebo lembech chemwaat kele kokitesak aisurut chekitile biikab emoni eng budget nebo kenyitab 2026-2027 netetat kesoman konekit. Kates komwa Mbadi kole manyolu ng'alalet nebo alak eng kandoik chemache kitile laletab mwanik keboisie tetutiet nenaat ko G2G eng mwaet kole tetutionoto kotoreti mising emoni konyor mwanik eng aliet nemite ng'ony.
I welcome constructive engagement, but I don't welcome propaganda. I don't welcome propaganda, especially where propaganda is coming from senior leaders in this country. Let us call out some of these leaders because they should not stir unnecessary emotions. We have really gone to great lengths to balance of things, to ensure that Kenyans are not overtaxed. And at the same time, we have a budget to support. Therefore, please don't bring propaganda into the finance bill of 2026. Don't hype emotions unnecessarily. When you hype emotions and you take people to the street out of propaganda, some people will have their property destroyed. Some people may lose their lives. That is not the country we want to lead. I would not mind if people protest in the street if something is wrong with the finance bill. But if there is nothing wrong, please accept there is nothing really wrong. And let us pass the bill as it is. If there is any amendment, please bring it out. What happened with the legislation? Finance bill is actually in parliament to be legislated. Some of the leaders talking about it and saying reject have their MPs in parliament. Let those MPs file amendments which they think is offensive about the bill, and I will support. But as it is, no one has come forward to address me with concrete evidence that the bill that we took to the National Assembly has issues. That is why now you hear leaders as senior as Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, now talk about something that is nowhere in the bill, just to whip up emotions and take people to the streets for his own selfish interest, thinking that that is what would motivate people to start singing with him one time. It doesn't work out that way. Kenyans are intelligent. They will know that you want to misuse them. Where is that your leasehold that you are talking about in the bill? Kenyans are not stupid. They read the bill. And they will know that your interest is not about the bill. Your interest is not about the economy. Your interest is about having Ruto out of power and sitting there, probably without even knowing what exactly you want to do once you get into power. Because if you cannot even read the bill, which I have submitted to the National Assembly, and interpret it correctly, and highlight the flaws in the bill, you bring your own propaganda, and you want to lead the country as a president, for heaven's sake, I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt, and I'm sure a majority of Kenyans are with me, that you have no clue and ability to lead this country.
Ketesetai kokakobor kaimetabgei kibagengeit nebo kochomietab biik nebo National Cohesion and Integration Commission NCIC kotinygei ak polatet nebo bororiondit ak pcheet netesetai eng emet. Kosubkei ak NCIC komanyolu kotestai polatet neu noto ale amu imuchi koib kaimutik eng emet ole kaitechi kandoik ak biikab emet koistoegei letaetab logoiwek chebo sasisiet ak kabeisiet asimabit neregek ak ng'emetab kalyet eng emet.
With the swearing in of the chairperson and 7 commissioners, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission now stands fully constituted and ready to serve. This marks a reaffirmation of Kenya's commitment to building a cohesive, just and peaceful nation. The Commission assumes its mandate at a crucial juncture defined by escalating political intolerance, hate speech, ethnic contempt, and violent rhetoric that have become disturbingly prevalent in Kenya's public discourse. These developments pose a direct and serious threat to national cohesion. Therefore, we condemn in the strongest terms possible all forms of hate speech, ethnic contempt, political incitement, and violent rhetoric, irrespective of the political affiliation, social standing, or public profile of those responsible. No political cause, however, passionately held, justifies the dehumanization of fellow citizens. No electoral ambition warrants the inflaming of ethnic tensions. No grievance, legitimate or otherwise, excuses the incitement of violence against any person or community. The Commission is monitoring both the fiscal and digital spheres with vigilance. We remind all political leaders, elected officials, aspirants, party officials, and opinion shapers that leadership is not a license to divide. It's a solemn obligation to unite. Any individual, regardless of position, found to have violated the National Cohesion and Integration Act 2008 will be subject to the full range of remedial and punitive measures available, including prosecutions where the evidence so warrants. We therefore call upon all Kenyans to reject hate, violence, ethnic profiling, and political intolerance. Let us disagree without destroying one another.
Ketesetai kokakotoi kibagengeitab National Counter-Terrorism Center kokoito kanetisiet eng kanetikab sukulisiek asikonyor ng'omnotet netinye kakirindaetab chelesosnotet anan violent extremism and radicalization eng kwenutab lagokab sukul. Kinyoru sirindenyo Andrew Kimeto asikoarorwech logoiwechuto eng koindo.
Eng kakwautikab koker kole kakirinda lagokab sukul komachuktage yautikab chelesosnotet anan violent extremism and radicalization, kakotoi kibagengeitab National Counter-Terrorism Center kokochi kanetisiet kanetikab sukul akobo magutikab kirindaetab yautichoto. Kong'ololi eng cheptibo eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet yekangondochi tetutyonoto komwa Chief Liaison Officer eng kibagengenoto bo NCTC Musisi Kilu kole nyumnyum kechukta lagok yautichoto bo chelesosnotet.
We know there are many dynamics in Elgeyo Marakwet County and other counties which have different dynamics. So NCTC is intending to create a pool of champions to advocate for child rights and also to advocate for child safety and security in our schools and the community at large. So we look to a future where we are creating resilience among the teaching fraternity, staff in the schools, and also members of the community around those schools. And when it comes to the children, we have the peer-to-peer mentorship in terms of being a brother's keeper and checking that our children do not get radicalized into violent extremism.
Kotinygei ak Musisi kokang'ong kole chang tuguk cheyoe lakwet kochuktagei chelesosnotet chechoto koboto usisiet ak kanyalilet anan gender-based violence, bananda, besietab kerichekab bokitet ak tuguk alak cheterter.
There are different push and pull factors. There are push factors like poverty. There are push factors where people want economic empowerment. There are ideologies which are perpetrated by radicalizers, which lure vulnerable communities and people at risk into getting radicalized. We have drug and substance abuse. We also have gender-based violence. And through our research, we have realized there is an interlinkage between gender-based violence, drug and substance abuse, and radicalization into violent extremism.
Eng komostanyi kokailo sub-county director nebo somanet eng county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Asaya Kipkoskei tetutyonoto komwa kole kanetichoto kanyor naet kobendi koyaptoi ng'omnotonoto koityi konetik alak chemite kebeberwek cheterter en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet.
It is important because it will actually help the teachers in institutions of learning to safeguard learners, and especially those who are young, because they are vulnerable and they are prone to radicalization by the anti-terrorism squad or the teams that are actually for terrorism, and maybe they are also prone to things like drug and substance abuse, and even all those like children who are vulnerable actually can be easily be lured to these activities that are not actually going to help them in their education.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Andrew Kimeto.
Kinyoru logoiwek kitikin siyekiweke ketestai ak logoiwek chemite tai. Meloitu.
Baraton College ko tertiary institution nebo higher learning ne igoitoi somanet ne ititaat ako ne nyumnyum lipanetab school fees. Igoitoi courses chenamegei ak kasari che inyorune boisiet koketar. Igoitoi ichek courses chebo artisan, certificate, diploma, degree ak masters programs eng education, animal health and production, computer science and information technology, geriatrics nenoto ko professional caregiving, theology and psychology, business and technical courses. Tindoi mornok Baraton College eng Eldoret ak Sabet nai ile tesetai integenguno asina jajangi irutaji website eng www.baratoncollege.ac.ke anan go email eng baratonacademic@gmail.com. Imuchi kora ibir simet eng number 0714 486 039. Kimitei agobo inye ago kimita siginetkei kibaibaitkei ak inoisejige tuguk cheterter chetesetai eng emetab Kenya ak emotinwek chebo sang. Inyorwech eng DSTV channel 266, Zuku channel 19, GoTV channel 099, Star Times channel 164, Pang eng free to air, Bamba free to air, Azam channel 336 koboto online streaming eng www.kasstv.co.ke.
Kotitinye ng'oliot age tugul kotinygei ak tetutik sirwech sirutiet en oretab email konyo info@kassfm.co.ke anan ko SMS en number 55552 anan ko 30552 ak imwawech kit nechome ak nemechome.
Kass TV, kimnotet naet.
From 11th June to 19th July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Get DSTV access for as little as 1,450 Kenya shillings today.
Itagat kokeny yekitestai ak logoiwek ko katoigei wikit ne naat ko Succession Week ole kakiyai tuyet eng kapkirwok nebo Bomet Law Courts ole tokyingei noto kinet biikab emet akobo kondietab malik mising ko chetinyegei ak mbarenik kosubkei ak Esther Boke ne inendet ko ofisayat neo nebo kapkirwok nebo Bomet kokamwa kole mbarenik komitei barak eng county noto nebo Bomet anan kesishek chebo mbarenik kale ko chang eng county noto po Bomet.
Kosubkei ak Esther Boke ne ine ko ofisayat neo nebo kapkirwok nebo Bomet kokamwa ine kole wikiniton bo kondiet anan Succession Week kotokyingei kotuiyo biik chetinye terchinosiek en kondietab malik mising ko chebo imbarenik asikimuch kekirinda chongindab kirwogutik en kapkirwok.
Head of Station Bomet Law Courts. So wiki hii tunafanya kesi za succession zile ambazo hazina upingamizi, kwa kizungu inaitwa uncontested succession matters. So hizo ndizo tunafanya wiki hii. So leo tumefanya open day ndio tuelezee wananchi ni nini tunafanya wiki hii yote, na pia tupe wananchi nafasi ya kuuliza maswali na kuelezewa jinsi tunavyofanya kazi kotini, ndio wajue procedures za koti na pia wajue ni nini wanatakikana kulipia na ni nini hawatakikani kulipia, ili wasiwe wanadanganyika wakikuja kotini, na vile vile kufanya wananchi wasiogope koti. Koti tuko hapa kufanya justice, kufanya cases, kusaidia wananchi watatue cases zao. So wananchi wasiogope koti. Tuko hapa kuwafanyia kazi. Sisi pia ni binadamu. So wasituogope na wasiogope koti. So wiki hii tunafanya hizo cases mpaka Friday. Na pia tuko na kesi zingine zile tayari ziko kwa course list. Hata hizo pia tutaendelea kufanya kulingana na vile zimewekwa kwa course list.
Kasamboge mengikab Bomet koitita tuiyonoton asikomuch konyor toretet nebo ng'amotik akobo ole kiwang'undo kirwagutik chebo kondietab malik.
So hii exercise inafanywa koti zote Kenya. Ni program ambayo tuliruhusiwa kufanya na mkubwa wetu CJ wetu, ili ndio tumalize hizo cases haraka. Sheria inasema cases zimalizwe haraka. Mtu akileta kesi yake kotini ifanywe na imalizwe haraka. Sasa hiyo ndio exercise tunafanya kuhakikisha kwamba tumemaliza cases haraka zisikae kotini muda mrefu. So inafanywa countrywide, koti zote Kenya. Na pia tunahimiza wananchi wa Bomet wa file cases za succession. Mtu wao akisha kufa na aliacha mali, wakuje wagawane hiyo mali, iende kwa wale watu ambao bado wako hai, kwa sababu tumegundua sana hizi kesi za mali ya watu waliokufa wakaacha shamba inafanya watu wapigane bure, kwa sababu hawajui ni nini wanatakana kufanya. Wanatakana wakuje kotini wafanye succession, ndio hiyo mali sasa iende kwa wale watu ambao wako hai bado.
Kora komwa ine kole miten barak kirwagutik chebo kondietab mbarenik en county nebo Bomet.
Ni nyingi. Ni vile sasa bado wananchi tunaendelea kuwahimiza walete cases, kwa sababu kuna wale bado hawajajua kwamba wanatakana wafanye succession, walete cases zao za succession kotini. So tunaendelea kuwahimiza, lakini tangu wakati tulianza kufanya hizi public open days, tunaona namba imeendelea kukua nyingi kotini. Watu wameanza kujua, wanaleta cases zao kotini. So tutasema kuna good progress.
Kenya Article 159 iko kwa Article 159.
Kongeten county nebo Bomet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Ketesetai ak logoiwek ko kayai kambaget kiboitinik chebo sipitalitab Life Care nemiten taonitab Eldoret komache kisuldae magutikwak cheboto kikoito rabisiekab SHA, NSSF ak HELB chekitile icheket koba ole nyolu, ole rirtoe kora kandoinatetab sipitalinoto kotinygei ak kamuiset koboto kanyalilet nekamwa kole kikotokyi icheket eng kasarta negoi. Akot kounoto komwa kandoindetab sipitalinoto kole chobot kokas akosuldae rirekab kiboitinichoto, ole some kiboitinichoto kosir barwet neiboru rirekwak asikechengchi walutiet. Kinyoru report nebo sirindenyo Isaac Kogei.
Kong'ololchin sirikab logoiwek eng sangutab sipitali notok pa Life Care nemite eng taonitab Eldoret komwa kiboitinichotok kole kokotestai kobunu uindo mising eng kasuldaetab boisionik.
SHA medical cover, we do not even have the bare minimum SHA medical cover. We do not have good working hours. We have been coerced to work for long working hours without a commensurate increment in the pay.
Yes, concern is all these things that we have raised, remittances of SHA, help. Currently, as we speak, I have no medical cover. I risk my life daily. We all risk our lives daily, attending to patients with infectious disease. Sometimes they're even violent patients. If anything ever happened to me, what happens? Yeah, we are told to write mails. We are told, oh, I don't know what. We are told if we get sick, we'll be treated here. So what if I get sick in Mombasa? There's no life care. Who will take care of me? Who will take care of my children? For us, all we are asking, actually the whole point of this gathering, the administration has completely refused to listen. They have intimidated us into silence and everything. All we want is an audience with the hospital administration and also for HQ to know this is what is going on the ground. I don't know if they are aware. We are always told, oh, HQ.
Kamwa icheket kole mitei kalutunet eng lipanetab melekwek ako som kanonotetab sipitali notok pa Life Care koletit kaimutyonotok eng chokchinet.
Someone here who is in charge of cleaning services is being paid more money than a medical superintendent. Yes. It has never happened anywhere. This unskilled person, they are paying themselves a lot of money. We are the African who toiled here. We give them money, they pay themselves more, and actually we are paid peanuts here. The director here has been intimidating us. Anytime you try to raise a point, he intimidates you with a lot of shock later. So we are here to call him out. He's a very vulgar boss. He keep on talking very badly in our meetings. And that's why we are here to tell Kenyans that we have got a very toxic boss in Life Care Hospital, Eldoret. And I want to echo what my friend has said. You can imagine under help, you have been deducted 3,800. And what the employer is remitting is only 372 to some employees, 161 Kenya shilling to some employees, 294. That's like 9.8% of what's expected to be remitted.
Deductions are done promptly while remittance is not done. All these staffs here, all their SHA are not active. And when we fall sick, bearing in mind the nature of work we do, the director, Mr. Mayank, tells us to go to MTRH.
We are not downing our tools today. Today we just came to demand a hearing to be given. And in that hearing, we are now going to state our objectives, our non-negotiables, and we are going to give timelines. We are going to say by this date this is not met, then we shall down our tools officially by giving an official strike notice. Yes.
Akot kunotok ko makanonotetab sipitali notok kubun Human Resource Manager Joshua Rop kole agoi nguni kotomo konyor logoiyon neboto kang'ung'unyosiekab kiboitinichotok akotas komwa ine kole chobotin icheket koipchi tirirekwak eng kasarta age tugul.
Official communication from the head office pertaining the matter that is at our hand. We acknowledge that there were concerns and unrest among some team members today. Management remains fully committed to addressing and resolving any issues amicably, respectively and in accordance with the company policy and applicable laws. However, we wish to note that no formal communication or written concerns have been received by management to date. To create an open and respectful platform for addressing any concerns raised by the team members and to work collaboratively towards the constructive solution, we request that a formal written communication be written in a formal way.
Kong'ete taonitab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Ketesetai ko eng kasarta nekitokyingei lewenisiet neo nenyone kotesetai neranik aeng'u kobun county nebo noto county nebo Nandi kokochin kanetisiet meng'ikab county noto konai akobo kamanutiet nebo kenyorchigei kipandet. Amwa neranichoto kekure Vivian Chepchirchir ak Peres Cherubet kole tomo koib biik cheite 5,000 kipandok eng county nebo Nandi nganda kikomong kipandochoto ole kacher ichek kirwokik kotoret tugul koker kole kaityi kipandochoto meng'ichoto. Kinyoru sirindenyo Nelson Tarbi asikoarorwech logoiwechuto eng koindo.
Kamwa neranichoto Vivian Chepchirchir ak Peres Cherubet
kole koimang ichek kocheng meng'ichotet 5,000 kobun komoswek cheterter eng kaunti nebo Nandi cheketil kibandok amaib ichek.
Tumetembea Nandi eneo bunge 6 pamoja na huduma na tumekundua ya kwamba idadi ya watu zaidi ya 5,190 hawajachukua vitambulisho vyao. Moja wao ikiwa eneo bunge la Mosop ambayo iko na vitambulisho zaidi ya 1,000 ikiwemo huduma zaidi ya 2,500. Jumla ya vitambulisho 5,590.
Tumekuja hapa leo kuhamasisha watu wachukue kitambulisho. Ukiona kitambulisho imetoka kwa haraka, lakini raia wachukui kitambulisho.
Kekoito ichek kurset kotie meng'ichoto kikotil kibandok ako kikomong korutochi ofisisiek chekiroptoe kibandochoto asobit kotoret ichek eng lewenisiet neo nenyonei.
Na tumeona changamoto sana iko kwa raia kwa sababu hawajaenda, kwa sababu serikali imetilia maanane sana na wanafanya kazi mzuri kusajili watu, lakini watu hawajakujia vitambulisho vyao. Ningependa kuwasihi wananchi wakujie vitambulisho vyao ili tuweze kuchukua kura, kwa sababu hii ikisalia pale ofisini haitatusaidia wakati tunahitaji wapiga kura kusupport president yetu.
Kekoito ichek kora kurset kotie kirwoket koro kole katoretkei tugul eng roptaetab kibandochoto ole nyolu kero kele kaityi kibandochoto meng'ichoto eng kasari kichopchinkei lewenisiet neo nenyonei.
Sisi tumejitolea kwenda nyumba kwa nyumba tukishirikiana na nyumba 10 na chiefs pia, ili tuhakikishe watu wamesajiliwa na vitambulisho na pia wapiga kura. Na pia tumejitolea katika fukufuku yetu tuweke watu kwa kila kituo ya vitambulisho ikiwemo IEBC. Ndio mtu akichukua kitambulisho asajiliwe, tuhakikisha amesajiliwa kama mpiga kura.
Sasa nataka kuhamasisha chiefs na wase wa mitaa wang'ang'ane, wajue, waende kwa ofisi za ID, wajue location yake iko na ngapi, ndio wapate kuchukua, wapate kutafuta raia wachukue. Ikishafika kwa maofisi ya chief, raia wakuje kwa ofisi ya chief wasichukue ID sao.
Kong'eteke kaunti nebo Nandi logoiwekab emet yebo Kass, kainenyu ko Nelson Tarubei.
Ak tetat kiyosyechi eng betutab mutai koaeng kasi David Keter nekokilewen koek MP nelel nebo Emurua Dikir constituency kiyosyechin inendet eng taitab bunge nebo National Assembly kong'eteke sait 8 ak kebeberyat nebo bet ole kamwa kole chobot koyai boisionik chebo bandaptai cheboto letaitab sitimet nebo last mile koityi kokwatinwek cheboto ortinwek cheititotin ak ibunetab office nebo mbarenik korikyi komasta nebo Emurua Dikir kalasu kotoret eng katerteretab kaimutik chetinyegei ak namunetab mbarenik.
Amache awekwa kongoi nebo iman amun kolibwa kurait kabisa belis alikochunge nebo eneo Kenya. Koni onon abu kastab oeng kebendi ng'alek kebore swearing in. Kastab oeng saa 8 ak nusu kokaketar ng'alek kokoroi kwanyene mchumbe. Nguni kebore MP elect nebo Emurua Dikir. Kastab oeng akoroi mchumbe kabisa. Amache anyamwa amun ng'alek chuko chetinye tugul. Muda nikokawe Nairobi amun kang'ete Nairobi kokoroi amache awekwa kongoi nebo iman amun kolibwa kurait kabisa belis alikochunge nebo eneo Kenya. Koni onon abu kastab oeng kebendi ng'alek kebore swearing in. Kastab oeng saa 8 ak nusu kokaketar ng'alek kokoroi kwanyene mchumbe. Nguni kebore MP elect nebo Emurua Dikir. Kastab oeng akoroi mchumbe kabisa. Amache anyamwa amun ng'alek chuko chetinye tugul. Muda nikokawe Nairobi amun kang'ete Nairobi kora ofisisiek karibu nekit ang'wan somok yon kole koyoe Ministry of Energy akoking'alal ak CS nebo Energy ako miten 32 schemes chekiakochop Mheshimiwa Johana Ngeno ko tesetai kabara bichoton konyokotar kasinoton nebo 32 schemes chebo rural electrification asikonyo sitimet. Kisibi tuguk tugul chekimache keyochim biik chebo Emurua Dikir. Ya pili kwa Ministry of Lands amache abarchigei keiwech land registry konyo Dikir yon kou nikibo civil registration kaibu konyo Dikir. Namba aeng ala namba netunen ko kamache amwalen en ngalekab barabara ko kwagere kotesetai biik keteme barabara ko kwamwalen amache kotelen timet neketeme barabara koribani kontatunai tukukoroik kune mchumbe en koyoin kastamuch nyekeng'alal contractors amu makimache keyai oret bare tuwage oret nekakiboisien 56 million ko makibune oranoton amache alei contractors tugul it will not be going to be business as usual and leadership nebo Murwadikir. Contractors tugul chemiten amache nyekeng'alal ak keyai oret kikamilifu. Ongen oret nekikeyai nyon konan kekutote kele kindo maram chemayome amache alenji nyekeng'olole tugul imache keyai oret komie. Akas kakwaror friend ile ortinwek chon amache achokyi kebwone ketore ng'alechon bo oret. Ya mwisho ko ng'alekab sipitali momoche kechokyingei ng'alekab sipitali un matikorobon ng'alechu bo sipitali nebo level 4 nebo Murwadikir kwane nekirobunji kabisa ak akase tobois kou komwa SS. Amache anyorurwok en amut koweke ng'alal ak Gavana Tutu ako kikimwa ak arorchi tuguk chekimoe sipitali ak kolenjon agenge kekimoche arorchi ale kimoche beek kikeban beek en sipitali. Nebo oeng ko ng'alekab sirisietab daktariek kokibur ak Gavana Tutu ak ale amache konon timelines tugul cheboisie sipitali nebo level 4 ako kokiit akoi tarikit 20 arawetab tisab ko kakesir daktariek professionals tugul chenyokoboisien yoton akoi full operational sipitali nebo level 4 ane anyosirichon kabisa.
Chitab Kalenjin ako yuto ko kakituch kayumetab logoiwekab emet chekakibun eng orititab tetutieng'ung nebo tililindo. Kainenyu ko Chesankaro Sirma, kabarastaindet nekakimite tuwai eng oretab kabarunet ko Naomi Cherotich ak director nenyu eng studio noto nebo aeng ko Brian Keitany. Testai ikere Kass TV, kimnatet night.